Oh my God. Wow.
What you doing?
HT Logistics 3434 done dropped another video about loads and what it means behind the rates. So I'm over here trying to look for a load that's better for us.
Oh, okay.
But I gotta get the damn intro out the way. So let's go.
Ladies love me, I'm on my cool J. If you get what I get, what would you say? She wax it all off, Mr. Miyagi, and them suicide doors, Ari Kari. Look at me now, look at me now, oh. I'm getting paper, look at me now, oh. Look at me now, yeah.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of Trucking Truth. I'm your boy, Aaron Hamilton. And this video is basically in response to, I think your name is Chris, but HT Logistics 3434 holding it down on his side of the town. You know what I'm saying? HT just released a video called Understanding Numbers Behind the Load, which is awesome, okay? Because, dude, in that video, you hit everything basically spot on. And if I had to say anything, I think me and you, we actually think alike. You know, because I know a lot of YouTubers who is involved in trucking or something and has basically a trucking channel. You know, they rather give you what I call like reality TV type stuff on what they're doing or going through. Even though they say that they're trying to help educate drivers or other owner operators or rookies or anything like that. I really feel you definitely do that, and that's the same type of thing I'm doing, is trying to help educate, you know, owner operators, new owner operators, whether new or old, and also new drivers. Okay, your last video, basically understanding the numbers, I'm basically adding to what you said. I don't want to take nothing away. I don't disagree with you at all one bit, because it is honestly true. Because basically in HT's video, he said, you know, that a $2,000 load going 1,000 miles away is 40,000 pounds or 45,000 pounds may not be as good as it would be taking a load that pays 1,500 going 900 miles weighing 15,000 pounds. All right, but he said numbers behind the load. Okay, now HT basically say he makes 82% per load, uses a dispatch service. Okay, so that's kind of awesome. In other words, he gets his loads through a dispatch service, so he uses a dispatcher that basically gives him a load. Whether he books or chooses his own load, that I don't know, but he's just like me, a fellow owner operator. Okay, me, I leased on with the company. I utilize a DOT number and stuff for them, and they also do my paperwork, like file my FDUP. They got my plates, insure me, and all of that. And I'm with a small company as well, but I make 88% of the load now. So, but I talk and book my loads directly through the brokers. That's primarily who I deal with. I got 3 customers I mainly, well, actually I got 2 customers I mainly pull for. I got a 3rd one in the works that I'm going to start pulling for as well up in Plymouth, Minnesota. So then that's actually where I'm headed right now. I'm not really dropping no names on who my direct customers are, because they're going to, you know, follow me even once after I get established under my own authority. But he said numbers behind the load, and I'm going to add into it. He is 100% correct as saying, you know, looking at the load, you know, knowing your cost of operation, knowing what that your lanes and what it could do to your truck, and whether or not your profit margins between a particular load is going to be greater than this or greater over here, whether it's a load paying 2,000 your profit margin, you only might make $500 or $400 on it, or a load over here where your profit margin could be $600-$700 after it's all said and done, because not only are you saving money in fuel, but you're putting more money in your pocket because you don't got to go as far, and long-term money stays in your pocket because you don't have to run your truck as hard. Okay, but numbers behind loads, I want to get into that. Okay, and this is basically the Trucking Truth edition about numbers behind loads. Okay, when a broker offers you a load, a particular load, so let's say you're dealing with a broker from DSV or Total Quality. All right, well, these brokers already know things that we know. Okay, and the more we know, it allows us to negotiate more. The numbers behind loads are defined, and I believe I made a video on it before, but I'm basically going in more detail. Basically, a broker will go to the shipper, or the shipper will go to the broker that needs a load moved, or the customer will hire the broker to move this particular load. And the broker, or at that time, is just like us owner-operators or a carrier that is looking for a brokered load for whatever reason. Okay, so the broker is basically going to know what the commodity is, the dimensions of whatever it is, how many feet of the trailer or the flatbed it's going to utilize, and the weight, as well as the particular lane it is in. Because of that, the broker also is going to charge that customer a brokerage fee to be able to find a carrier that's going to haul that particular load. So listen to what I just said. The broker is going to basically give that customer a rate based upon the commodity, the feet or the length of whatever trailer it's going to use, the particular lane that load is going to travel down. Okay, now you as an owner operator, also need to keep in mind that same fundamental, okay, that same tactic, okay, because the broker, even if you're using a dispatch service or a company, you're leased on with a company where you can only get the loads through that company, they're basically all trained to do the same thing, which is basically they're trying to give you that load for the least amount of money as possible. Okay, and your job is to talk them up, while their job is to try to keep you down. So when you know what the commodity is, the weight of the commodity, as well as the lane, okay, it's going to definitely help you to put a better price on that load, to negotiate a better price for that particular load. So like HT said about that $2,000 load. Now I'm on a flatbed, so I'm going to use flatbed tactics here. Let's say that load was going 1,000 miles into the East Coast, paying $2,000. Okay, but the load was a load of wood. Okay, because it's a load of lumber or a load of wood, it's actually not a bad price. It's actually a standard rate. But me knowing the East Coast, it's really hard to get out of the East Coast once you're in it. Okay, and it does a lot more wear and tear to your vehicle because of the type of roads and the type of terrain that is over there. It's really depending on where you go into the East Coast. It can be really, really, really tight to maneuver around the city or maneuver around buildings. You might even have to unload on a street. Yeah, okay. But knowing the fact that getting over there that is basically embargoed with a whole bunch of tools, it's got crappy roads, $2,000 for me would not cut it. I would, because I know it's lumber, I know the lane, and I know the tools that is also going over there. I would have to offer more of a rate. Now, when you offer more of the rate, the broker or whatever is going to do two to three different things. Well, they're going to do one of the three things. Either they're going to tell you, no, you can't move it for that particular rate, because I would have offered easily a $3,000 for 1,000 miles on a load of lumber. But they're going to tell you, nope, they can't move it like that. They're going to stick firm, or they're going to offer a rate that is lower than what you offered, but basically more so in your ballpark. So that is why not only is it essential to look at the type of load that you're hauling and what's going to be a better fit, but it's also essential to know your lane. It's also essential for you to know your the type of commodity you're going to be pulling. It's also essential to know the weight that you're going to be pulling. Now, like I said, HT hit it right on the nail when he talked about a load that pays $2,000 that weighs 45,000 pounds might not pay you as the owner operator or even the carrier as well as the load that pays 1,500 weighing 15,000 pounds on 700 miles. So that is number one. And now I'm going to drop a jewel for everybody out there. A lot of people go home whenever they want to go home. Okay, especially on the operators, when you get that little bit of freedom that you can do whatever you want to do when you want to do it, and it's not really going to affect you unless you do too much of it. I'm going to drop it. After I say what I say, maybe you might switch your habits up just a little bit. Okay, when you understand business and when you understand taxes, and you also understand how things move and how things work, you know, because us truck drivers, we all do the same thing. We pick up from factories or warehouses, or we even pick up from, a lot of us, especially flatbed or heavy haul or step deck, we also pick up from work sites and deliver to work sites too, for construction or building or whatever. But no matter the business, we all have one thing in common. We all operate on a yearly scale, and in a year has also got quarters. So, and understand that them quarters also have 30 days, and them 30 days also has weeks, and them weeks have days. I just broke it down, so I'm about to explain it before I confuse you. Okay, the best time to book a load during the month is always the last week of the month. Okay, because the last week of the month, most of these shippers are trying to get all of the orders out so they can start the new month fresh. The best time of the week to get a load, believe it or not, is between Friday and Monday, because that is when companies are trying to fulfill their weekly quota so they can get on to the new week. Now, the best month of the year, okay, to be hauling and to be picking loads and to get the best rates, it's always the last month of a quarter. So you got January, February, March. March, you need to be out here working to capitalize as much as you can. Okay, then you got March, April, May, June. You need to be out here working every day to be able to capitalize as much as you can. Okay, then you got July, August, September. September, you need to be out here working as much as you can to capitalize as much as you can. And the same thing in December, believe it or not. You need to be out here working as much as you can, clear up until Christmas. And then it starts every quarter after that. So the last week of the month, the last and first day of the week, and the last month of the quarter. You understand what I'm saying? Because what it does is that's when everything starts rushing. So this little jewel, so for every owner operator that's out there booking and choosing their own load, if you're going to go home, don't go home at the end of the month. Go home at the beginning, okay? Because really, you're not going to miss out on a whole bunch of money that's there on the table. If you're also an owner operator, it's really essential that you definitely work as hard as you can and as efficient as you can at the end of the month, the last week of the month, and the last month of the quarter, so that way you can maximize your profits and negotiate more effectively. So definitely knowing your cost of operation, your commodity, the weight and amount of work involved, like I've said before, is going to help you negotiate with the broker or with the carrier or with whoever you got to negotiate with to better the price of that load. As well as knowing the sequences of when freight would like jump up. You'll understand when the rate of a freight would jump up, that's going to end up paying you as well as paying your business and your truck a heck of a lot better than what it would during other times of the month, quarter, and of the year. So hopefully this little bit of knowledge added to what HT Logistics 3434 said on his channel, you know, hopefully it definitely helps you guys to be more successful in your career as well as your own business. And again, that little bit of knowledge I just dropped is great for all owner operators who is basically booking and choosing their own loads, and even carriers, because all these mega carriers, they know that same tip, and I'm just passing it along. And believe it or not, this right here is well, today is October 1st that y'all that I recorded this video, but last week, just because I worked hard, I grossed over $9,000, and my bring home is roughly about 62, and I only ran 2,400 miles. So understand what I just said. Grossed over 9,000, ran about 2,200 miles, and I'm bringing home a little over $6,200 in my pocket. That is because of what HT said, you know, knowing my lanes, negotiating effectively, and because of that little jewel I just dropped to you guys about being the end of the month and actually the end of the quarter too. So right there is the best thing I can honestly tell you guys. So with that being said, I don't care if you guys heard it over there. I don't care if y'all heard it over there, because over here I'm going to give y'all the mother trucking truth, nothing more, nothing less. And again, I'm your boy Aaron Hamilton, and I would like if you guys would like, comment, as well as share my video. And if you guys definitely want to hit me up, got any questions to ask, please don't hesitate. Email me. My email is also in the description box, as long as with the link to HT's video that I definitely love that video, because he's very informational. The fundamentals talk, y'all really need to check this guy out. But if you guys are new to this channel and you guys like the content that I'm giving you, man, now don't only just give me a thumbs up and a comment or email me a question that I can answer on the video, but subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the little bell on the side, so that way you guys will be notified every time I go live or I drop another video. Also, I want to give a special shout out to my baby Sharia that acted out in the first part. That was really amazing. I love you. Thank you for holding me down. Hey, but I gotta go, okay? Because I'm getting ready to go take a nap because I'm tired, all right? So I'm gonna go take a nap, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the other side.